Wow, that's even funny. I haven't even. Now I am. Gonna get real loud. Settings. There we go. Well, Gross Mesmer might take too long. I might have to. Farming the. Yeah, I'm not gonna be on that long. I gotta go to work. I just ended up being up early this morning, so. Like, why not? I actually think the crumbling, uh, Farum crumbling is try to get the Beast Man's curve sword. That might be. Got it. To Volcano Manor. Right here. I need the magma blade. Want this? Shut up. Let me look if there's a better spot to farm the magma blade. Possible from... Yeah, okay. Pretty much this is the best one. We're gonna do it like 4 attempts. If I don't got it, we're gonna on the next one and come back. And actually, we need to get the Beastman's cleat. Rumbling is... Proto. This move is pretty damn. Binks, you okay? Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Grand Temple left. Dragon Temple left. There it is. There's what? Man. Yeah, I don't know where the said there were two of them right near the Grand Temple. I'm trying to find Dragon Temple left. Maybe I have to go down. Oh wow. That scared the crap out of me. Thought I just fell to my death. He looked up and was like, what? Yeah, I did not pick up the smith stones around the map. I didn't care. I just stones I can get killing enemies or yeah, hitting copper bell stuff and hitting bells. Yeah, I'm assuming that the Dragon Temple. Oh man, I went to the Dragon Temple lift is the way down. I'm just going up. This. And we'll keep. Yeah, definitely down here. On this corner. You're not the one I am looking for. Hey! That's insane. That they have auto aim. Or, you know what I mean. Like the homing. Yeah, I have no. There he is. Can't drop it for him. So beast and gotta get, well, I think Morgoth's cursed. Morgoth's cursed sword, I think. Morgoth's cursed sword, I think, is a trade from weapon. I have those separate. By the way, once I do, like, get 100% farm. Oh, something that is really annoying. When I look up the items, I'm gonna use the heads for example, because this is all with all of the armor pieces. They put them in alphabetical order on the wiki pages. There is no alphabetical option on here to get them. So why not just put it in order or item type instead? If you're looking at the wiki, you're trying to see if you have everything. A lot easier if it's an item type and you go in order like this, one by one, instead of going, oh, look, go down, up, okay, where's the next one? Up, there we go. I remember I saw that down here. Oh, let me go back up here. It's annoying. It took way too long for me to make a list of items I don't have because the stupid damn alphabetical order type. And when I did try, by the way, I did try on the wiki pages to find a way so I could read them. They would only let me redo it by weight, and weight wrong half the time because I guess because my items I had on for the talisman, whatever. But either way, it just, so when I do, I'm gathering all this information. Like once I get all this stuff, I am going to be putting it in order properly, like this. 1 row, 2 row, 3 row, 4, until I have a complete list. That way, and then I'll work on the interactive map. That way the next playthrough or whatever be a lot quicker for anything. If I need something, I know where it's at. And if I'm trying to see if I have 100%, I can easily find it. Also, when I make it, I'm not gonna probably create the map first, but I will definitely have something where somebody can download my notes, where it shows everything in order for the base game, not Shadow of the Earth. I don't know if I'm gonna do Shadow of the Earth, but that way nobody else has to go like the struggle that I'm doing right now. And I'm not gonna put it behind a damn paywall because damn people are greedy. I don't think that it was ridiculous to me that interactive maps you had to pay for. It's like to be doing this more or less for a hobby. Now if you can make a livelihood out of it, you know, do stuff, you know, cool. But to like charge people money for gathering game info, doing it on purpose to make money, that's despicable, not forgivable. I remember like growing up being able to like, you know, hey look, GTA San Andreas, let me look up these cheat codes or whatever, completely free that. Everything. It's still free now, but I'm saying like that's my example I'm using, that if there's like interactive map or anything like that, it should be. And I actually didn't know this because every other game I've ever played, there was always some free resource, everything that I didn't know till I played Dark Souls 3 and I didn't look up an interactive map or anything like that. I just went over the areas like religiously, which is quite annoying. But I didn't know that people created interactive maps that cost you money at all. Like Elden Ring, when I looked it up, and it was like, oh look, you gotta pay $5 a month to use this and track your whatever you've gotten, or you gotta pay $50 a year. And it's like, I don't want to pay $50 a year for your fucking shitty, website that I'm only for like a month, if that. I don't want to pay $5 a month because, like, I would rather just fucking play the game, like the base game that I paid for, instead of pay $5 a month for your little information that you fucking gathered on the game to try to squeeze out money. It's like, I feel like at a certain point, if it should be, like I said, when I release something, it's yeah, I take this stuff as a hobby. Like, say if I'm not trying to make money off of you like that. I'm not trying to make money off in general off people. Well, so this is what aggravated me. There was one that said it was free. I just had to create an account so I could track my progress. Okay, makes sense. That way I can have my progress saved. Created the account. It only allowed me to track 50 items. Once I tracked 50 items, it no longer kept them. Like, I'd have to either unselect 50 or select or reselect it, like the new ones and stuff, and that was just annoying because it was so long to uncheck them and go back to the new one. There was like clear option. So that was quite annoying. And also, losing words in my thoughts. But it, like, in general, is just super aggravating. It's like, I think about it like this. A lot of kids play games, and growing up, I didn't have no damn money. And I still can't really say I have a lot of money now, but when I was a kid, I didn't have no money. So if I was playing a game like Dark Souls or Elden Ring or whatever, and I need an interactive map, I would have to ask my parents, and guess what? The answer was going to be no. There was no going to be, there wasn't going to be a yes for it. And so when it, like, the models of everybody, like, hello, like, people, like, man, I even use IGN's website. I don't even use IGN because, I mean, to be honest, who does? And I know IGN had a YouTube channel. I'm like, okay, yeah, they get money from that. And I'm like, oh, cool, IGN has an interactive map. You have to pay a fee for it. And I'm just like, what? Don't you make money from other, like, now you're at, like, my God. As I said, it's just ridiculous. And I mean, I feel like this is the way I don't like microtransactions. I don't know who does. I feel the same way for people charging to use interactive maps or anything like that, or track progress, or, you know, checkpoint lists or whatever that they make. You most likely made the checkpoint list for yourself. So if you use it for yourself, you know, I scratch your back, you scratch mine type style. Not, no. Oh yeah, I don't use IGN there because of that. I noticed it when I was playing. Also, I didn't like the symbol. As I said, my favorite website is I'll put in the chat. That's my favorite interactive map that I have found. And yeah, they charge also. They do charge also if want to use interactive map. I didn't pay for it. I didn't pay to use their interactive map. I created an account because I thought I could track my progress. No, that's locked behind a paywall, which pissed me off, but I like their icons the best. So I stuck to using them, and then I just started at the bottom of the map and worked my way up until I had everything. And just kind of like, you know, I showed you all the trick where, you know, you can take paint, drawing, and take a picture, like a screenshot, and then just like mark them out on there, and then use them. It's a little bit extra work, not a whole lot, but you get what you need. You know, if you're in a heavy clustered area, you can mark everything off that you need. I need to step on this before I get off. Their guide promoted cheating. Doesn't surprise me. But yeah, no, as I said, after I went through like 5 different websites and all of them like locked things behind a paywall, it pretty much put in my mind, yeah, I'm creating my own interactive map. Like, that's literally what did it. I was like, I'm creating my own, and then I will share it for free. And it's not gonna, it's not gonna be as good, I don't think. Maybe it'll be better in some ways. Of course, because I have ideas like that. But I don't think I'm gonna be creating necessarily a website, for it, because, you know, I'd have to host a website. But I'm probably gonna create like something like a downloadable, like you download it, and then you can track your progress on like on a separate program that way. I think, because I just think that might be easier. Then I'm not gonna pay to the website because I don't have any money either. But if I can, you know, say it's a Like right now I'm tracking my progress through the notepad, you know, whatever text editor that I created. So it might be a form of those, and then a simple Python program or whatever that allows me to put markers down and save stuff and check mark, and it'll be like a separate program. Like I wish, this is something I wished on the Air Extra website. Yeah. That's what. Well, that's what I was doing, but I liked interactive maps. Very easy. Once you do certain chunks, like, I'm about to get killed. There we go. Here, let me try to show this. Enter back. Okay, here we go. I got it. So, where is it at? Puddle's right here. Did they take it off? Squirrel's right here. Here we go. I don't know why it wasn't popping up there before. So, yeah, I have it. I liked take off materials, take off upgrade materials, take off spirit spring. I don't care about that, and take off. Clears up a lot of the map. The reason I don't like the other stuff, well, so here's the thing. The rune arcs, I like being able to grab the rune arcs, but I don't really care about grabbing like fire grease or gold rune, like a level 1 gold rune. Are you kidding me? It's nice to have it as an option to, you know, pop it up there, but I don't really care about those, so I just turn them off. I started down here at Gotten, worked my way up, and then it's like once I got past this point, I was like, okay, everything down here is collected. You know, I collected some stuff over here. I went over here, you know, and then once I cleared this area, I'm like, okay, the Weeping Peninsula. I worked my way up, you know. That's like what I did, for that's what I did to track everything. That's what I did to track everything, until I got everything 100%. So it's just like when I had to resume, I just, you know, zoomed back in. I was like, okay, I got this stuff from here, work my way up here. I got to come back over here, do that. That's what I did to track all my progress. What I would do different is, let me pop the locations up. So this is a location, but when you put all this stuff right here, War Master Shack, and this NPC is tied to the War Master Shack. So I would have an option on here, like maybe another check mark that says hide items in their location. right? So if you have hide items in the locations, then it would only show the location and it would not show the items in that location. If you click on the War Master Shack, it says what you can get is the Herba, Erdleaf, the NPC that you find here, here. Stuff. It pops up on the map if you click on it. So I'd have an option on here where the check mark would be like hide item locations or hide items in location, whatever's tied to a location. That way you could just click on the War Master Shack and it'll pop the items up that are associated with the shack. That way it wasn't as cluttered on the actual, on the actual map per se. Because a lot of these, like, I mean, take the catacombs for instance. I mean, this thing has a lot of things that will pop up on the map, like these two, the boss, and then well, maybe not as much. Still has a decent amount though. So, like, it's still popping up 3, the boss symbol, and then whatever the boss drop is, and ashes and stuff. So it's a lot of items. Like, you can hide all that, and then you multiply that by every single location. And so if it was done that way, there would be a lot less clutter on the map. And then say you went into this location, you clicked on the map, right? So let me put the locations back up. Like, hey, I went down to here, I clicked on Castle Moore, all the items for Castle Moore popped up, and once you're done with Castle Moore, you can just put a big red X on Castle Moore, right? Just like I collected all the items here, bam, X mark this one. It would still show up some items right here, because this one's not, to Castle Moore. It would still pop up the Gold Seed map and all of that stuff on the map. But everything at Castle Moore would not be showing up on the map. And then, you tie that to every other location on the map, there would, as I said, it would be a lot easier and a better way to maneuver. It'd be a lot easier to track stuff. And as I said, that's why I said there's an option where it's like hide locations within the map, or you have it unchecked, so everything pops up like this, like the normal way. What I wish this could do, because I like this interactive map, or interactive maps in general, I wish there was more of a program, like a Python script or whatever, that allowed you to download this map or a map. Like, so that's what my idea for an interactive map to create one is, to have it like as a downloadable program. So instead of this running off of Firefox, this runs off of its own program. Then that program will track your progress. That program will track everything. That way you don't have to create an account. Just screw creating accounts. I have plenty of, like, I don't need my email cluttered. It is annoying to have my email cluttered stuff that I don't give a shit about. Like, I don't want to see promotionals. I don't need a million damn things. So yeah, that's it. So I'm gonna try to do something where I can track progress a lot better. Um, and then once I figure out that way and I get all the information, sharing it, like it's gonna not charging it. I honestly think it's kind of criminal to charge people that type of stuff. Like, for me, I'm gonna do it as a hobby, because it's like, hey, look, I want this game, and I track a lot of stuff in every game I play. I actually have a separate folder. I have a folder on my computer called Game Data, and then in that folder I have whatever the game name I'm playing, and then in that folder I have all the information that I collect while playing that game, whether it's world saves, like, say, hey, I'm uninstalling this game, but I just want to make sure that my save file is safe. So I put my save file in that folder. and if it's like a map or something, or there's items in the game, I'll type them down and I'll put everything that I collect as far as information goes in that game data, whatever game I'm playing, that folder. I did the same thing for Elden Ring. So Elden Ring has its own folder and it has all the information that I, collect for playing it in that folder. I do that as a hobby. So if I was going to share, maybe not my game data, but if I have a bunch of it on a game, and my friend or whatever asks me, hey, look, can I use it? Hell yeah, I give it free. I don't sit there and say, hey, yeah, no, you gotta charge you $5 a month, $10. Fuck that. Bullshit. Also, a lot of times, for websites, they don't delete your card data. There's no way. You have to actually message the, like put in a support ticket or whatever for them to delete your account or delete your card data info. I think that should be legal. I think there should be always an option to do it. Damn, axe gonna drop. Watch it be like right now. Oh, alright. Let me look up something real quick. Morgoth's cursed. It should be a remembrance weapon. But as I said, I will say, out of all the interactive maps, one I liked the best was F Extra Life, because I could actually track things better. And the map icons were great. IGN's interactive maps sucked, like really bad. Bad. Terrible. Never will use that. To be honest, I honestly think that I think that there should be, like, I feel like From Software, where you see the interactive maps and the items and stuff on the map, I feel like From Software should have their own, like, interactive map. Like, when you look at the map or whatever, there should be a button that that can show where items and everything are on the map. And then if you've already gotten that item, pop it up. Because you can do your markers right here, but it's 100. I feel like there should be items on the map, and then if you've got an item, like say the gold that we saw, that it just won't pop up anymore. And the same thing for the weapons, except like of course weapons that's not gonna pop up on the map, the items you have to farm, like what I'm doing right now. Like those won't pop up, obviously. Let's see, Hand of Melania. That's a weapon. Go farm it. Yeah, but that's just, yeah, I know they hide things on purpose. But it would still, as I said, it would be like nice to have something like that in the settings. Like how you can go up to the system settings and you have right here. It would be nice to have something check marked or whatever that says, hey, look, turn on. Now I know that they want it. That's why I said if somebody's gonna do interactive map for the game. They should do make it free. If I want to charge somebody for something, I don't expect other people to charge. If that makes sense. But I want to charge a lot of stuff because money shouldn't be everybody's priority. That's like the situation right now in the United States, or in the States in general. It's all about money, and there's never gonna be a point where there's enough. So it's like I have to get the next bit, I have to get the next bit, I have to get the next bit. And to take it into perspective, it's I'm gonna use McDonald's for an example. McDonald's is getting insanely expensive in general, and I don't even go there anymore. I haven't gone there in a long time. They look up this. So it's like, hey, look, we need to raise our prices. We're not making as much profit for our shareholder. They raise the prices. Grave tunnel. So they then raise their prices. Less customers come because now the prices are more expensive. And they go, man, we're not making as much money because we raised our prices. We're not making as much money because not as many customers are coming. So what we're going to do is all the customers that still do come, we're going to raise the prices on them. Then they raise prices again. Those customers don't come. There's still a few that do. And then they're like, oh, we're not making as much profit. Let's raise the money on them. Meanwhile, there is a crap load of food waste. And I mean a crap load. I'm just going to X. There is a crap load of food waste in world and in America. And so it's like, if you're throwing away the food anyway, because you're not getting enough customers, how about you raise? Also, it was funny, I saw this company, like a $10 off coupon for a sandwich. I said, no, I don't have any money. They're like, but it's $10 off. And I'm like, that doesn't change the fact I don't have any money. Like, I can get something for myself, yeah. I was like, but my wife, kid, you think it would be nice for me to bring back just for myself? If I don't have enough money for all, why do you expect me to get enough money for myself? Besides the point, I did have enough money, but I don't really want to, you know, my wife already made dinner and everything. Also, food's expensive. I don't really. But also, if you are going to hand out a $10 coupon off, I know for a damn fact you're not losing profit. So if you're still able to, like, what your goal was to bring in a lot of customers, but you're not losing profit on it. So it's like, if you can cheapen your sandwich by $10 and still make a profit, how about you just lower your prices in general by 10 bucks and see how many customers you get on a daily basis. But now you're going to get more customers, because there's a lot of times where I see this business not have any customers for an hour. Look, got the pickaxe. For an hour, though, and it's like, for like a couple hours. And I've even talked to the workers there, and that's the case. Like, they won't get customers for an hour. Me and my family have eaten there before in the past, and they're like, and we sat in there for like 45 minutes. Not one customer came in. Even the worker said that, yeah, they haven't had anybody for, like, you know, until we came in like an hour prior to us coming in. And so, back to my point on the thing, if you can cheapen your sandwich by 10 bucks and you can still make a profit, just make that your fucking price and get more customers. Just the reason why you're not getting as many customers is you're charging too damn much. And you're too worried about, you know, trying to maximize your profits. Look at Subway. Go to get a sandwich from Subway, no more $5 footlongs. But also, they barely load the thing. I remember they used to load it up. They put it on there. I have to add my own condiments. When I get home, if I buy something from Subway, I have to add my own mayo and ranch, even though I click on there and I say more. I have to add more. I shouldn't have to go home and add my own damn condiments to my sandwich. So I don't go to Subway either, because it's like there's been too many times where Subways do that. Looking up the next weapon. Spiked club. That's one. Where's that at? Can be farmed from the Demium outside the entrance volcano. Okay. Capital Greed. Official cave. It should. I'm gonna like use the social media as an example. Like you're always trying to get more and more people to use the platform. And then what happens when you don't have any more people to use your platform? Because you got everybody. You hit market saturation. What happens then? Now you're just raising prices on what? There shouldn't be a there shouldn't be a system set up where it's like the inflation aspect comes into play and you have to constantly make more and more. It should be a thing where it's like, hey, look, my parents work hard so I don't have to work as hard as them. And then is that a spiked club? Is that a spiked club? Club. Yeah, exactly. I mean, but also grocery store prices are going up in too. But it's still always cheaper to go to the store. Me and my wife probably eat out maybe a month, maybe, probably like less than 10 times a year out and get something, because it's not worth it. Food ain't good like the food ain't good compared to what I can just make at home anyway. Demi? What? Better idea. Try this. This bridge has quite a few enemies. I think that maybe a spiked club down there. Yeah, see, look, spike club. Sorry. I used to have this stupid dream that I would actually own a house and own like an acre or so of land. The reason I say stupid is because mortgages have gotten up to like $2,000 to $3,000, and I'm pretty fortunate where I rent. I actually have a really good rent price. Hard to beat it anywhere. But I wanted to actually buy a house, own a house one day. And once it gets up to 2 to 3 grand, I'm like, my entire damn paycheck. They get up to the 3 grand range, my entire paycheck's gone. Like, how the hell will I ever own a house? And it's like, I make pretty good money. I make like 70K, like somewhere around there. It's not like I don't make good money. Like, I make pretty good money. But I can't own a house because I don't make enough for a mortgage. There's many other people that are also in the same boat, so they don't make that much money either. If it was just me by myself, I'd live in a car, to be honest, and just work and save up cash to, you know, do it. But that's, most people have families, they can't do that. But I wanted to own a house, put some solar panels on, have a well, you know, and live on it there. But because of the interest rates, it's like I could only afford, I think it was like $110,000, and you ain't getting a house for $110,000 around me. It's I mean, they put on signs low 400,000, like the low 400s, low question mark. Like, low? You sure? That ain't low. Everybody's out here making $500,000, huh? A low 400,000s. Ridiculous. I should probably get the horn cross stomp or whatever again. It's annoying that I can't go back. Oh, you want some too? But yeah, I did an oil change. For instance, I did an oil change the other day. I haven't done an oil change, I want to say 7 months. Usually it costs me $45. And that's with 6 quarts of oil. So 6 quarts of oil and an oil filter costs me normally 45 bucks. I went to Riley's the other day, a half ago, and I bought 5 quarts of oil because my vehicle I have now like only needs 5 quarts. So 1 less quart, and then I got an oil filter. It costs 65 bucks, like a 50% price, and a little bit more than a 50% increase. Because on top of that, it's 1 quart less, and it costed 20 bucks more for 1 quart less. It was mind-blowing. Like, I mean, that was only 7 months too. A 50% increase on oil. But nonetheless, uh, the like capitalism. Like I feel like there's correct ways to do capitalism. There's just it's not. Nothing is going in the correct way. But everything right now is not sustainable. People can't afford shit. So, says where I live, McDonald's hamburger went from to $1.80. Yeah, 80 cent like that's a 80% increase. I think let me put McDonald's where I'm at. McDonald's. And I know the meals are like $10 at McDonald's. I didn't even activate that. Let me pick, I'm gonna just use cheeseburger for an example. Find my restaurant. Okay, that's not gonna work. I have to do it on my phone. Does you have to use? I don't even have the McDonald's app. I have to re-download it. Ever use it? I don't McDonald's often. Because the price is too damn much. Get a good deal. Get a good bang for your buck at Wendy's, I will say. Their biggie bag, it used to be a $5 biggie bag, now it's $7. But compared to McDonald's, still get a lot more bang for your buck. Like, I actually got a rickety shield. I think I needed that. Rickety shield. Yep, I needed that and I got it. Hell yeah, I got something. The $7 whatever biggie bag, the fries, the 4 nuggets, and a cheeseburger or whatever. I got me and my wife and my daughter. My daughter got a kid's meal. And then me and my wife got the $7 biggie bag. And it ended up being like $19 exact. So less than 20. Less than 20 to feed all three. That's compared to McDonald's. If I went to McDonald's, it would be like $30 and not have gotten as much. Skip the tour of the app. How much is the? I don't even know actually, to be honest, but order now. Whatever, McValue meal. Remember the dollar menu? Where the hell is their app to order? Damn thing. Can you only order? Is there only breakfast that you can order right now? Show you? Yeah. I can't even see the damn prices anyway because it won't show me. Different menu, yeah. Lunch. Here we go. Cheeseburger. $3. You know, you add tax on that, it's gonna be like $3.70 or like that. Maybe $4. The meal, $9. That add on tax, looking at like $10 for a damn cheese meal. Ridiculous. I remember like thinking like growing up, I'm like, oh yeah, if I just made $40,000 I could afford to get a house and everything. I remember doing the math in high school. And then I was like, man, how am I gonna make 40,000? That's impossible. Like, can't work at these restaurants to get that. And then it's like, now I make like 70. I still can't afford a house. I'm actually farther from it. I could have a house if I entered the if I entered the job market when I was like 13. I might have just been on the splitting point to be able to buy a house, but I couldn't join the job market until like 2017, 18, and I missed my window. I did not have enough. And I'm just pretty much saving up for a piece of land. But land is getting more and more unfeasible too. Like for right now, acre around where I'm at, going like for $80,000, $90,000 for an acre. And that's not in an HOA area. HOA suck. Never did an HOA. That's a big scam. I think that HOA should be illegal. But let me get back to the place. Yeah, it's going for like 90,000. There was this one HOA place that it was like, oh, they're selling half an acre for like 20,000 to 30,000, and it was like, okay, that's pretty good. And then it gets into the point where you got to use the materials that they want you to use. You can't use the regular building materials that everybody is using decades now. And then they're like, oh yeah, you have to have a paved driveway, and that has to be paved before you put the house down. You also got to pay for the water and electric hookups and stuff. After all the fees and stuff for it, it was looking at like, I want to say it was like 80,000, like around what it would cost just for 1 acre, without a HOA. That is it. Mind you, that's from where I'm at. Like, I know it's different somewhere else. Other places have worse too. But I thought that was, like, I remember in like 2019 looking at a piece of land and being able to buy an acre for like 30,000. That was doable. Like, that was doable. I could do that. I mean, shit, I remember being younger than that and seeing prices on because we had a business class. I was in like middle school, and they were talking about like buying a piece of land or whatever, like finances stuff, and I saw acres for like 10 grand then. You had a lot more buying power back then because wages haven't kept up with inflation. So even though, like, say on paper you made less, you made actually a lot more than you do now because you had a lot more buying power. Like, forget numbers on paper. It's all about what can you afford now. It's a real shame. That's my morning talk. Oh, come on. They're backing up. Hey, look, another rickety shield. I wonder if any of the guys have the S-Talk. Oh, wait. Whoa. You do. I can actually farm this guy while I'm sitting here trying to farm the others. For the spike shield, I can knock out 2 right here. I'll have to go sadly in like 5. Hopefully it drops. No, it's 8:30. I just have to be in work between 8:30 and 9:30. Anytime in between. Unless the trucks are late, then I'll just show up when the trucks get. I did get up at 6:30 though this morning. I went to sleep a little bit earlier last night, like 11 or whatever, and I woke up much noise. Like my daughter came, and then she woke up, and then she woke up, she woke me up, so I was like, okay, I guess I'm up. My wife also gets up at like like at 6 o'clock, but her alarm went off, and I can sleep through the alarm, but or I can like wake up and then go back to sleep even if the alarm goes off. But then after my wife got up, my daughter got up because my wife went downstairs. My wife shut the door, and she couldn't. Daughter couldn't open the door, so she tapped on my shoulder and was like, "Daddy or Dada, open the door." And I'm like, "Okay, fine." And then I got up, and as soon as I got up, like I can go back to sleep as long as I, laying in the bed. But the moment I get up out of bed, it's like, nope, I'm wide awake. And then after I got up, I was like, yeah, I guess I'm gonna stay up for a while. Big room. But yeah, no, after that, then I got up and I was like, yeah, I guess I'll just get up and live stream a little bit until I have to go to work. I live stream, I just play games. I should play No Man's Sky. There was another game on my list. I forgot what it was. It was a dream that I had last night. There was 3 games. There was Elden Ring, No Man's Sky, another game. I forgot the other game. The reason it was from one of my dreams, because it was like in the I got asked what games I've played recently. That was one. A dumb dream. I had like 3 or night though, and normally video games never pop up in my dreams at all. But this one it did. Just was a question. Have you ever had that life dream? It's like you you dream, you wake up, and then like you're doing that exact same thing. You're like, haven't I done this before? Pretty much what it felt like. Come on, dude, drop your spiked axe. Yesterday was pretty good though. I got off work at like I had a really short day yesterday. I get paid for the full day still, so it doesn't matter if I have a short day. I went in at 9:10 yesterday and got off at 2:37. Like a 4.7 hour, something like that. So I had a lunch break. This dude ain't dropping his axe for nothing. Crazy thing is I think I know where to get the Grave Scythe. Hey look, I'm up to 400,000 runes again. Yeah, I'm still at that point, like where I'm working through talking on live streams in general. Like if I was talking to my friend or coworker or whatever, I can talk more fluent and have more well thought out ideas or whatnot. But I mean, it could just be because it's in the morning. But you know, speaking of capitalism, whatever in America, we talk about that quite in healthcare. Healthcare's terrible. Whenever we talk about it and stuff like that, we talk about how things aren't sustainable stuff. I can bring up a lot of good on it, and I can portray my message a lot clearer. For some reason, whenever I live stream, whatever, if I'm talking about it, it doesn't come exactly to what I would say. I don't know what I would normally say either at the same time. I feel like it's just something with me. I have to get more with talking while live stream. Be able to. I'm gonna use. You'll have other streams on there, and they'll be able to talk. And you just stop right there. Enough said. No. They'll be able to just talk. They'll be able to talk to audience or whatever, and they'll be able to portray like as if there's not a million things going through the mind at once. I have a problem where like my thought, like if I'm trying to talk and portray it, I have it in my head, but I don't know how to put it into words, if that makes sense. Yeah, just not the one I need. Yeah, I've gotten the Falchion or Falchion, whatever, like 4 or 5 times. I have to kill the other ones because they aggro. Oh. I open up the map. Yeah, I feel like as I live stream more on my progress or whatever, and I get more comfortable, I'll be able to talk a lot more comfortably about more difficult topics. I gotta say the economies. Hey, look, another noble slender. Not even going for. Like say economy or whatever. Be like, I know, I really am smart. I just sound stupid sometimes. I don't even know if that me saying that for I don't even know if me saying that came out to show called. I don't know if me saying that like my tone of voice showed that I was being sarcastic or not. It could be something to do with the headset. Whenever I wear headsets or whatever and it's going over my ears, it's like there's a little muffle connection. I can't hear myself talk, but you know like that. Have you ever put on headphones and then like put the playback feed on, so when you talk you hear yourself talk in real time at the same time, and it really messes up your train of thought and stuff? That's almost how it feels for me when I just wear a headset and I'm talking. Like there's like a playback feed, but there's not. It's just that it's harder think clear. Anybody need a Falchion? I can drop it for you. I only got like 30 of them. I won't be lacking in stream, that is right. I wish you could jump off the horse and then use your stomp. Like, you know how awesome that would be? If I could jump out off a torrent, and then as I jump off the torrent, I use Stormblade at the same time in the air. You know how cool that would be? Like, just right here, like, bam, be able to use Stormblade, you know? Or be able to, like, stomp, like, start to stomp in midair. Also, it's supposed to be like, I don't have any AC or heat. Well, I got heat. I'll say that. I got some heat in the vehicle that I'm in, but I ain't got no AC in it. It's gonna be 86 degrees today, so it's gonna be about like 106 in the vehicle I'm driving. Oh man, just drop your spiked axe, spiked club. I'll have a lot of glowstone too. I'll be thinking about what game I was thinking of. Like, you know, I said there was Man's Sky, Elden Ring, another one. I'll be thinking about that other one, like, all day until I figure out what the hell I was gonna say. Degrees, not Celsius. Celsius, I'd be dead. So let me check. So it would be 30 Celsius. But it's going to be around 41 to 42 Celsius in the vehicle I'm in. Right now it's currently like 21 Celsius. I've gotten the rickety shield like a couple times too. Okay guys. Leave me alone. So, in America, if you any vehicle work outside, by law you're supposed to have AC now. But the company I work for, they are not required. We had a safety inspector die in the back of one of the vehicles when he was inspecting it because it got too hot. And that's not a clear sign to put AC in. Get like safety standard talks like for awareness and whatnot. Like, oh, make sure you hydrate. And like, it's kind of hard to hydrate when looking at, you know, when it's up there. Like, we had that whole week of like 90 to 95. Up what that is to Celsius. The 35 Celsius to was around like 48 Celsius in the vehicle I was driving. Is like 120. And it's like there's only so much you can do. It gets up to that. Like, no matter how much water you drink, sweating out quicker than you can put it down. I have a little mist bottle that I spray on myself. I'm like, I spray the mist. I'm like, okay, hopefully I cool down. Frying my brain out every day. Not too bad once it gets into like the fall or whatever, and it's like the 20, like when it's like 20 Celsius. Outside, it's not bad. During the summer, terrible. How much shrink got? $59 shrink. We're gonna try it times. check out. I'm after the Spike Club. Let me check. That's a trade remembrance weapon. Yep. Okay. So we're gonna take crafted direct. Guys already walked by. Damn, they did. They're on a roll. Axe of Godric is also a trade weapon. Rogue's Sacred Spear. The sound. That should be Trident, right? Just moving stuff up on the list. Things that I don't necessarily have to get. Not a farm weapon. Damn. Good for you if you get a spiked club, dude. Thing's taking forever. I've gotten other weapons. Got another weapon. Hey, another one. See, look, I'm getting those like left and right. Guess we won't be able to get the here, let me show the show what I'm actually trying to get. Is that blurry? Actually see that? Yeah, you can pull up to the top. Quite a bit still. So I still gotta get, well, these ones I don't count because I already got those technically. Like, I just need to get the Noble S stock, and then it goes down in order what it is. And like, so this is weapons and shields left. So a lot of it's like, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, 13. One, 7, 9, 43, 44. So 44 different weapons. And some of those are probably raid remembrances, so those don't really count. And then I've been just popping these down, like, you know, on the, like popping these out as I've been farming the weapons. They'll drop half the time. Of course, I can't get the Felly's puppet or the Dung Eater puppet because I'm out on it. That's what I'm working on. I do have to go. So, I will see you all later. Bye.